That's kind of low. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to another edition of. God, I'm tired. Sorry. Uh, Scales and Tails. Great to have you guys all here with us today. It's been one of those days. Merv will be joining me, Rod Haza, with Merv Lee Kwai. He's the invisible one here next to me. He'll be here very shortly. Just running just a few minutes late, but I wanted to get the show started. What do we got in store for you today? Wait, a little higher. That's probably good. I'll start out as a one-man show here. Okay, so in a nutshell, I don't have. Please turn the sound up. Sound up. Sound is up. Better? Can you guys hear me? I know there's a slight delay here. Okay, we'll see. I didn't have it quite all the way up, so we'll deal. It's been an eventful week since last week. Such an eventful week. I don't have a whole lot planned for you today, so we're going to kind of chat a little bit. We're going to do some introduction to dragons today. So some of you guys that are new to Dragon's Prophet, we're going to give you an opportunity to see some dragons that you may or may not have seen before. Merv's coming. Don't need to be a one-man band yet. He'll be here since it's all set up for him to do. We'll get to that point. So we're going to do an introduction to dragons and kind of talk about some of the dragons that are out there. Let's see, what else can I talk about right now to kind of wait for Merv a little bit? This last week we had a few inconveniences on the server. I'd like to apologize for that. We did run into a database issue, and we tried very hard to resolve it as quickly as we could. Took a little time to do so. We got most of it fixed. So that's the good news with that. We did identify another issue with housing right now, just for you aspiring artists out there that are working on your housing. There is a slight bug right now having to do with dragging an item from your bag into your housing inventory and then dragging it back out. There's a chance that the next time we bounce the server, that item might disappear. So if you try to do any decorating, make sure you use the button that adds the items directly in to your into the housing inventory to try to avoid that. We've got a fix for it coming very soon. Feel free to come on in, have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, Merv Lee Kwai.
Hi everyone.
Big
setup here.
You like it? Get an account set up?
Sure.
Okay. Someone overslept apparently. What are we talking about here? Glancing at the screen here, how much work do you do on the EU game? I do absolutely no work on the EU game. Infernum actually handles the European distribution of the game. We handle the US. We don't want to get that close together. I want you to move over a little bit. Okay. You can slide that over if you want to.
I think we're good.
Unless you want it off. So you click the power button there. What is bonus EXP coming to the US servers along with the free Babel? It is not. Again, we're two separate companies. Infernum runs their game, we run our game. We've got lots of plans to try to do different promotions. For the most part, those promotions are going to come with launch and after launch. While we appreciate our beta players and we want to work with you as much as possible, we don't have quite as many events as they do right now planned. We do plan to have some in the future, so don't worry, they will happen. It's just they are separate games, so you're going to see things that are different between the games. Most of the game mechanics are relatively close to the same, but you'll see marketplaces are different. You'll see events that are run different. You'll see how customer service is handled differently.
Yeah, a lot of things are different. I mean, they use diamonds, we use station cash.
Yeah.
A lot of small differences like that.
Okay, so how prepared are you?
Yep, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep, just loading up now, so.
Do you want me to throw that on this other screen?
Sure.
I can do that. Sorry, we're a little in a
Kinda
mix
all
today.
over the place.
SOE Live requires a lot of work from everybody in the company all the time. And while it's a great, fun event, and if you're in the Vegas area, I welcome you to come over to Planet Hollywood and check it out this next weekend. Not this weekend, the following weekend. Because it'll be a lot of fun. Can you request the dragons you want to see? Maybe. We might be able to fake that if we really, really want to.
Yeah, we can definitely show you guys the dragons that you'd like to see. We basically we're going to show a couple of the ancient dragons. So if you guys have any favorites, go ahead and shout it out in chat, and we'll look to put them on the screen for you.
What am I missing there?
Here you go.
Oh, I forgot that's an important part, isn't it?
Yep.
And yeah, I'm completely wrong. Wow, are we disorganized today or what?
All over the place.
The cool thing is we don't have a webcast next week because of SOE Live. Not that that's extremely cool or anything like that. We are going to have some panels and such at SOE Live. I don't know if I'm going to get onto a Twitch cast or not. I should really find out about that. There's a chance that we might be doing one there somewhere. I sound so prepared. But again, SOE Live, we are going to be showing off some of our stuff there. In addition to us, EQ2 have some stuff they're showing off. We're going to be doing some premieres for EQ Next, if you're interested in that title at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of those panels, because I've seen very little in the game myself. And I'm kind of interested to see where it's going.
Yep, I think we have a dragons panel as well.
We do. We are going to discuss dragons and talk about those and show off some cool dragons from all of our titles.
And
so,
maybe even show off some of the upcoming dragons.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I think the EQ Next panel is the same time as that panel, so we'll see what kind of crowd we have. Okay, what do we got? You're going to show off some dragons?
I am?
Yeah, you are. Somebody in chat, give us a dragon you want us to talk about and give you some history on it and a little bit of information about it, and we'll spawn it in game for you. I'm going to get off that screen. So you don't need to see that one. Night Aqua, Vibrant Thunder, and Lunar Frost.
Yep, we can get them all.
Suppose you want me to actually look those up then, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of just taking requests on the dragons you'd like to see. And there's a couple favorites out there. I mean, Shattered Rage is definitely highly sought after, as having appeared in Wintertide. Lunar Frost is also another dragon that we've been showing off, also kind of in the Wintertide area. I don't want to really give exact details on how to catch him because he's pretty elusive at this point, but Lunar Frost should be out there. Yep, so we'll go ahead and add Lunar Frost.
Gray Fox, when would the official release be? I can't tell you that right now.
I think we're going to find out at SOE Live, though. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's one of the plans that we're planning on doing, is announcing that release date at SOE Live. So stay tuned to any of the press information coming from SOE Live, or if you're there, you'll see it live when we tell you the dates, and we'll tell you the launch features with it. Otherwise, we'll be doing a recap of it the following week after SOE Live. We'll be doing a recap of SOE Live that week, and probably a preview of our next update. I'll probably show you some of the features in that update with that webcast. Did you get him?
Yep. He's ready to go.
Okay, so...
Well, let's get a couple other ones ready to go.
Sure. I'll just start searching for some other ones while you...
Looks like Diamond Bulwark is a popular one. We'll show Diamond. What about Balge? Balge is always a favorite.
I spelled Balge.
Did you catch your Balge yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No. How is Belt spelled?
B-A-L-G-E.
That's what I thought. It didn't come up.
There
I
he
just
is.
failed miserably. Apparently, I can't type.
Can't catch him there either.
Oh, you can catch him there. What was another one that we had in here? I'm going to glance through the list here. Vibrant Thunder. There's Vibrant Thunder. Instead, we'll show Vibrant Ridgecast Dragon.
No.
He's cool. Come on.
No, he looks like a Golden Shield or a Mystic Crown.
Diamond Bulwark we already got.
Let's load Shattered Rage as well.
We should grab Negafin too and show him off again
Okay.
too. You wanted Shattered Rage?
Yep.
I do like Shattered Rage. Pretty cool looking.
Yep.
Lunar Frost is pretty nice too.
My favorite, yep.
I'm really starting to like that one.
Yep.
Though I'm really bad when it comes to dragons. I just don't have the patience to go to get them all.
Farm Ancients or Farm Flutes?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm
You
too
know,
much
flutes is pretty non-committal, and I'd log in and help you out.
yeah, but I'm too much into the crafting, so I'm always getting crafting materials. None of this flute stuff.
Well, make an alt to farm flutes.
Yeah, possibly. There's your number for that one.
All
Okay,
right.
so let's show off a few of these dragons. We'll talk about them a little bit. While we're at it, throw questions that you want answered. I'll do my best I can in the chat. I'll grab some questions from there, and we'll just kind of chat today. Not a whole lot planned.
And now's a great time for you guys to ask any questions that you have about us. It doesn't have to be about dragons. It can be about anything in general, and we're happy to give you, you know, as much info as we know.
I can give you his profile on, an online dating site if you like that.
I don't do that. Too busy playing Dragon's Prophet.
Are there other writing abilities? Not currently, but you'll notice there's a lot of empty slots there that potentially there could be. So we'll hold off a little bit on that. I never did switch the game, huh?
Yeah, no. Give me one more second to get these dragons all lined up.
What are the ones you're grabbing?
I'm grabbing a layer slot expander.
Oh, cheater. Is the Overlord system coming really soon, like before another level cap hits? The Citadel system is what we're currently
Citadel
calling
system,
it.
yes. And we get caught up calling it the Overlord system or the Frontier system or all these different names we've been referring to it as. But I guess, as described to me yesterday, the official name is the Citadel system.
Yes, the Citadel system is the encompassing system of the Frontier area, the Overlord management, the whole kit and caboodle for the PvP stuff we're adding in is the Citadel system. And that is one of our launch features that we're aiming at doing. So once we announce that launch date, you'll have a better idea when to expect that. How does the new dragon capturing mechanic work without charisma? A lot of that I'm going to go into detail in our next webcast. As a few of you guys have seen, I'm sure you follow the forums. The Taiwanese version of the title just released a new version, and it made several different changes to the game. The biggest change that is going to affect a lot of people is how charisma works. Charisma is no longer going to benefit you in the actual ability to tame a dragon. Instead, there is a new attribute that's going to be found on various different armor that you find throughout the world that's going to give you skill points toward that the ability to capture a dragon. So by having those pieces of armor that have that ability on it, it's going to give you a better chance of taming some of the harder level dragons. Charisma then will have its own benefits for the length of time that the dragon can stay out,
Right,
how
and
powerful the dragon is.
Affect the dragon's base stats the same way charisma kind of does now, but instead of also having it be a deciding factor on whether or not you capture a new dragon, that's kind of changing a little bit. And it's neat that it's coming on item stats as well, because that allows you to go out into the world and find the items or potentially have somebody craft it for you, and then you kind of have your dragon catching armor set.
The big idea behind it is that a lot of players were finding that they had to be a full charisma build if they wanted to go out and get dragons. And that really wasn't the intent of where we wanted the attributes to be. The idea was to specialize your character based off of what type of damage you do and how you do your damage. So if you want to focus on strength, so you do extra physical damage, or you want to focus on magic, you may get that intelligence. You'll want to focus on those abilities and then get the additional armor to help your taming of the dragons and make your dragons more beneficial. It's a good change. It is going to change the mechanics of the game quite a bit.
Yeah, and I know I personally, when I would catch dragons or use flutes, I would actually spec charisma. I would change my full attribute spec to charisma, and then afterwards I would change back to, half and half with something else. But it prevents me from having to respec every time I want to successfully catch an ancient, because we've all been there. We've all used our purple flute and gotten ancient shadow to come out or something and just not been spec'd correctly and weren't able to capture him. So hopefully we can be prepared with gear and food and potions and, all the other bonuses.
One of the other cool things we're doing with the attributes is as you put more attributes into a certain one and you focus on, say, strength, you're going to get additional bonuses in there. So if you reach certain caps of points within strength, you may get additional crit bonus. You may get, I can't remember what half of the other ones. There's crit bonus and there was attack, something else. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. The build itself, I haven't actually got a chance to really get in and dig into the build yet. While it has gone live for the Taiwanese version, our version actually isn't available for us quite yet. So we haven't even gotten to start testing it. So it'll be a little while before we get that out there. But it is coming. Is there anything going to be attack speed or casting speed? I'm not aware of any alteration to that, those skill sets at all at this point. It might be something they'll add in the future, but currently there's not.
Yeah, and there's some abilities that do that, and I don't think those are changing at all.
Yeah.
But those aren't affected in the attribute revamp that's going on.
One of the other things that Merv was a big part of this last week is he went through pretty much all of the Dragon soul abilities and all the Dragon skills, renamed a large group of those. So sorry, DP Tome and DP Headquarters, but those are changing again. But they should have a lot more detail and explain what the ability actually does. Rather than the literal translations that were on them.
Right. Those of you who are familiar with those are the purple abilities that you get when you capture dragons. And before, the descriptive text may not even have been accurate as to what the creature or what the ability has done. So we went through and kind of, made sure that the language was optimal and gives you guys a good description so you can use it appropriately. And there are about 80 of them. Next time we push patch notes out, potentially with the update, we'll include a list of those as well so you guys can just reference that.
Yeah. And hopefully, as we include patch notes for the next few updates, I don't forget to change the names on them. So some may refer to old names and new names, but I'll get that straightened out as I put those together. Pretty much, you can blame me. Pretty much anything wrong with the game, just blame me. That's the easiest thing to do.
That's what I do.
Everybody else
Works
does,
out.
so it works out well.
Yeah.
So you actually want to show off some dragons now
Let's
instead
do
of
it.
looking at our ugly mugs here?
Sure.
Maximum capacity. You can't have that one.
I'll figure it out.
Let's see. Game. I can do game here. We'll go to game solo. There we go. Everybody sees the game? Great. Cool. We'll cover us in here. Why not? That way I can go make funny pictures on them or something. What determines getting finished from credit for public events, not adventure insignia ranks? The
question is getting credit for public events. So it's kind of interesting. I actually experimented with this to kind of figure out exactly what does it. And from my personal experience, when you enter a public event, you have to kind of engage it before it moves on to its last phase. And you have to have killed or participated in killing one creature from a previous phase before it enters the last phase. And if you do that successfully, you'll usually always get credit or experience. I have had some cases when the public event only has 2 phases. If you enter during the last phase and the boss or whatever creature is there, the objective is undamaged, and you're solely responsible for completing that, you should also get credit for it. So, but the key is to make sure that you get experience or credit for the public event. Ensure that you kill at least one creature in one of the previous waves, not the final wave.
Will we ever be able to use our Dragon Pack Dragon on other servers? Have you tried recently? Because you should be able to now, last I knew. With our last update, it should make it so that on even additional servers, you should have access to your Runewake or your Monarch. Wow. It's been one of those days.
It's been a while. All right, let's show off some dragons.
Dragons. Okay, what
so
we got?
Kind of been looking at chat and just seeing, the dragons that you guys are interested in. And yeah, we'll start with the list that we have here and then potentially move on to the other ones. So here we go. First dragon up, it looks like from his portrait, it's Ancient Shadow. So this is actually one of, I'd say probably my 3rd favorite dragon. And that would imply that I've ranked dragons in order of favorites, but this is definitely one of my favorites. I like his model especially. Ancient Shadow kind of has that same kind of look as Lunar Frost, which is that new blue one that everybody's after. We'll hop on him.
Yeah, I ran into Lunar Frost on live the other day. I died very quickly. Very quickly.
You ran into him, huh?
Yes. Was it Lunar Frost? No, it wasn't Lunar Frost. What's the one that
It should have been Shadowed Rage.
Shadowed Rage.
I would have been impressed if you found
Yeah,
Lunar Frost.
Lunar
Everybody's
Frost.
looking for him, so.
Or Shadowed Rage. Sorry. My bad.
So this is Ancient Shadow. And as you guys know, when you summon or catch Ancients, they come with a random number of dragon skill slots. And it's completely random. I've actually seen some Ancients with 4 slots. So you're looking for the ones that have higher slots, of course, because they come with, more flexibility for you to customize. So all of these dragons that you see here, I've basically loaded. They're the same as if you would capture them. The second we have, this was also a request, Indigo Flare. I like this dragon. He was actually my first ancient that I caught on my play account.
Should I feel bad that I have almost no ancients?
It's up to you. I mean, if you spend all your time crafting, there you go. But I spent all my time farming flutes and looking for ancients. So he was actually my first, and I appropriately named him Asparagus.
Seems appropriate.
Yes, because of his tail. He has that kind of mace-like spiked asparagus tail. I mean, it looks like asparagus to me. And I still have him. I couldn't let him go, which was why I'm happy we added the dragon chamber, because, up until 2 weeks ago, he was just sitting in my lair, not really doing anything, getting more flutes.
And you were thinking about getting rid of him, right?
I was, and I just could not push the button because it's asparagus. It's like,
He was
it's
your
the first ancient. It's not even a good one. His skills were mediocre at best, but I'm like, come on, I can't get rid of this guy. So he's been in there forever. I'll probably have him until, All right, so the next dragon, let's pull him out and see if I can guess his name. Oh.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
Oh, this is Balge. So this is the guy that everybody's been running Nerul's nest to try and capture. He's a very, very rare spawn, and actually we made him a little bit more common recently, but he's kind of a unique dragon model. He shares the offspring model, similar to Arena or Visk, the intro dragon, and he kind of has those neat wing characteristics where they're divided into those 3 feathery partitions. It's really cool looking.
I'll tell you a little story about this particular dragon. He is very, very rare, and there's a reason he's that rare. Pretty much what happened is during the closed beta period, a mistake was made at one time, and the actual offspring model was allowed to be tamed at one point. And it was never meant to actually be a dragon that was tameable. This is a boss mob, and that was the intention to be that way. Runewaker fixed the bug, and they took it away. And there was a really large outcry when that happened from the Taiwanese players, and it also bled over to our market. And because of that, they introduced Balge in to the game as a rare. And that's why he's quite so rare, because he was really never meant to be a rideable dragon and available to you. But we felt that need to put him back in.
And you also see sometimes, like Rod mentioned, he was never intended to be captured. So sometimes you'll see that his model does a little bit of a unexpected dance, like when he flies. Sometimes he does this stationary thing where his wings kind of stop flapping, or he flaps exceptionally fast. But that's why we love Balge. He's kind of like that error dragon that was never intended to get out there, and that just makes him that much more rare and exceptional to have. I spent probably 20, 30 plus hours farming the rules before I got mine, and from what I hear, I'm pretty lucky at that number.
Yeah. Do you guys think you'll ever expand past 5 Dragon Soul skills or more Dragon slots to carry with you? The Dragon skills, it's something that we may change sometime, but currently it's designed at that 5 to really provide a balance to the game. We don't want you to give you an advantage just because you have more slots than someone else, that you have more dragon skills available to you, because we will try to keep it as fair as possible between the free players and the non-free players. So I don't foresee that changing a whole lot in the future, perhaps someday. As for how many dragons you can carry with you, that is something we're looking at as a potential thing to open up a little further through a couple different systems. One we may see, sometime soon. So stay tuned. Is the best I can say for that.
So we'll pull out Vibrant Thunder.
You weren't going to guess the name?
No. I actually would not have been able to guess this one's name. He's pretty cool looking.
Yeah,
also has that kind of reptilian-looking model.
I was going through yesterday and getting a bunch of screenshots put together for various different dragons we have, so I can show off at a panel for SOE Live. And I didn't realize just how many different looking ancients we have. A lot of them use a somewhat similar model to it, but they throw different spikes on it. They throw different colors on them. It's kind of cool to see some of the different ones out there. I may have to spend a bit more time to get one.
Even comparing these 2 ancients right here, the Agony Axe has pulled out one of their, it looks like maybe Ancient Shadow, or I'm not sure which one that is. But just comparing them, I mean, they kind of have a similar model, but you'll notice that Vibrant Thunder has this kind of like chest frills or spikes. The green one over there doesn't, and their tails are a little bit different. One's spiky, one's more finned. So yeah, they do kind of have similar models, but it's the slight variations that someone might like, or that coloration on this one's really cool. I like this dragon a lot. It's the same like Lunar Frost, but of course the subtle differences.
Yeah, the small differences here and there.
So then this is my number 2 favorite.
Number 2.
And it's kind of upsetting to say that, because he was the number 1 favorite for a while.
Until Negathing came out?
That's going to bump everybody. Cobalt
See,
Lightning.
I know he's got such a cool name, but his head looks so weird.
No, he's amazing. Look at this. He's like it looks like serpent-like. He has these cobra things on his
Yeah,
head.
kind of. I mean, it looks like he ran into like a door or something.
There's so many reasons why I love this dragon. I mean, it had to be, I think I hit level 30 or 40 2 or 3 days after we went into open beta, and I was running through latest the northeastern part by Arena's lair. I think it's East Mount Longra. And I was just kind of running around, and I saw this shadow flying over my head. And I look up, and it's this guy. And I'm like, oh man, I have to capture that. So, everybody's kind of like following me around. There were probably about 20 or 30 players chasing him around. He finally lands. Everybody jumps on him. We take turns trying to capture him, and we kill him on accident. Because no one's high enough level at that point to capture him. And, it was just upsetting because this guy's the coolest looking thing ever. I mean, it's a dragon, sure, but it has these feathery wings. And maybe I'm just kind of impartial to his blue and gold coloration because I'm from San Diego and it looks like the Chargers, but, that's a completely different story. Anyway, I like him because when I found him in Ladis originally, it was my goal to capture him. And I did. And
Well,
his skills were not good. And he was sitting in the lair next to Asparagus this whole time. But anyway, Cobalt Lightning, my number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
So what was your old number 1?
He was my old number 1. He's now my number 2.
Oh,
okay, that's not good.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
That's a game crash.
That's a game crash. We don't need to crash the game. Go back to the camera here.
It happens to us too.
Yeah, it happens. I blame whoever was standing next to you. We're banning him. Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, what do we got? I haven't looked at chat here for a while. Anybody else got anything to say here? Wish I could turn down the quality. The quality in your chat? Oh, on the stream. Yeah. Mine's fine. And now it's smooth. Huh. Doesn't like the in-game stuff.
Maybe
apparently.
it doesn't, yeah.
Will you add a feature to sort the guild members by last? Gosh, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be great to just even show only online members.
Yes. That is definitely one of the things on my hit list that I'd like to see revised. The guild list is a huge one for me. I really want to get the dungeon finder working better too. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to add to the guild one. I'd like to sort by all of the columns on the top. I want to be able to sort by them. I want to add an online, offline to it, and a last offline. That would be wonderful.
Hide offline members. A lot of neat features that we're used to from some of our other products. That I mean, we give the same feedback like you guys do, really.
Will there be sieges in game since there is PvP? My best answer to that is yes. The major part of the Citadel system, which we'll get into later this next month, we'll be able to give more details on it because it's really still in its foundation and they're still developing the final parts of it. But the basic idea behind the Citadel system is that you've got a huge area that you're basically holding control of, and a guild or an alliance is going to own that and have control. They're going to be able to build different siege engines and things like that to defend it, and then other guilds are going to be able to group up together and attempt to take it over and relinquish control of it and then own it themselves, and then it'll continue on that cycle. Again, we've seen design docs on it, and we know the basics of how it's going to work. I've seen a very, very, very small skeletal version of it to get an idea, but for the most part, it's still up in the air exactly how it's going to work.
I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's looking forward to. I know I am.
Yeah, I am.
And what's the name of that system again?
The Citadel system.
The Citadel system.
Yes, it is.
You can pop back in the game, I think.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going?
It's kind of flying around.
It's flying around. Are you going to crash again?
No.
Let's go with this one. Woohoo! He's cheating.
You caught me cheating.
Cheating again.
Hold
It's
on.
as bad as me. Has it been determined if the Citadel attacks will be instance or open world? It's kind of hard to say exactly at this point. There's a couple different ideas being tossed around. One of the concerns that we have is we want to make sure that we can have as many people as possible fighting and still keeping performance available for everybody that's playing. So it's possible parts of that might be instance, part might be open world. Again, it's still only been through the design phase for our side, and I'm really looking forward to in a few weeks I'll actually be able to see a really working version of it. And be able to give you guys a lot more information then. Will Dragon's Prophet ever publish a guide to what macros are available to be used? That's an interesting idea. We should actually look into that. I know macros work partially. If you do single line macros, they work pretty well. If you try to do multi-line ones, I haven't figured out how to do it exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I've not messed around with it yet either.
I'll see if I can get some details on it and find out some more about it from Roommaker and see if I can put together something. No guarantees, but I'll try. Why not? Twin Dragons, you're asking for just too much details on the Citadel system that I just can't provide for you right now. Again, tune in, not the next webcast, maybe the one after that. I'll probably have more details on the system. Until then, I can just say, it's going to be awesome. But we'll see. I don't know. Can you take fall damage? Yes, you take fall damage.
Sure do. I take fall damage every time I try and chat and hit tab on accident.
I do it when I'm trying to hit Q. I'm trying to hit my little burst of speed on my dragon, and I'm like, okay, time to go faster. Tab, fall to the ground. Ow.
Yeah.
And of course, then I'm in combat. I have to kill some stuff before I can actually get back up. It's awful.
Spamming spacebar like it's actually going to double jump you, but no. So here, check this dragon out. This is Midnight Shade.
Midnight Shade. How many more you got?
Another probably 6 more.
Okay, let's go through some here because we are running a little late at this point already.
All right.
We did start a little late, so we'll keep going.
Yep, Midnight Shade.
So what can you tell me about Midnight Shade?
He's purple.
Okay, purple.
He likes long walks
on the beach.
Apparently, I guess.
Likes to fly around during an evening setting.
Yep, and also when I hit tab when I'm flying on him, I fall off.
Okay, who else we got?
Let's see. Let me pop over to the layer real quick.
Did we give a fungal?
We can show fungal bloom. I saw a request out there for let's see, Scarlet Bloom, and I don't know
if fungal bloom though.
It's going to be Rod's call if we can show off Scarlet Bloom because he's a upcoming ancient from the next zone.
We'll hold off on that because I'm main. That's why.
And I saw another neat name out there, Recursive Nightmare. It sounds like to me that somebody has been digging through the title list. Haha. Gotcha. Alrighty, so I'll swap
what is dragon equipment for? Well, it's to equip your dragon, of course, so you can make it look cool with bracelets and back pieces.
All kinds of
anklets.
Stuff. Saddles.
Saddles, that's the other one, yeah. It does add protection to your dragon, gives them some extra stats and, not abilities, but just extra stat bonuses to help your dragon along. Does increase their physical defense also, so it's beneficial to equip it just like you do with any equipment. Really? Yeah. Skitter? Skitter's cool. Come on. Skitter's awesome.
It's Skitter.
He is an awesome one.
Skitter's an awesome story. Look at his title, Skitter's Sidekick. When we were originally writing through this, I had the opportunity to make his title whatever, and it was originally going to be Skitter's BFF because I think that's appropriate to this guy. But he's fun. He's kind of an oddball ancient, really. I mean, does he even qualify as an ancient? I personally think he does because I don't discriminate. And even though he doesn't have, those massive wings like his other friends, he's still cool. He's got his own redeeming qualities, like this
short little legs.
Short legs, big eyes, can see a lot of things, and this fluffy tail. Come on.
He's cool.
Imagine when the Citadel system comes out and, you're flying through the Citadel and you see an army of guys on these things. What are you going to think about that? You're going to turn around, you're going to fly the other way. You're going to be like, yeah, I'm on Shattered Rage. And then there's like 500 Skitters. Great. Couple more.
Okay, a couple more. We're probably going to end our webcast in another 5 minutes or so. So if you got last-minute questions, throw them out there. We'll do our best to answer those as we show off a few more dragons for you.
Shattered Rage. This is the new ancient with Wintertide.
That's the one that
and he
kicks
hits
my butt.
Really hard. Unreasonably hard.
I know. Well, I tried to solo him to bring him down.
And you lasted one hit.
Well, that's pretty much it. One hit and I was gone.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I felt really bad.
Yeah, he's mean. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. Who's that?
Nagy. Nagy, our friend. I'm looking forward to having Negathon on the server.
Yep, Lord Nagathene. Again, for those of you who don't know, this is our player reward for anybody who attends SOE Live. You get this dragon. He's Lord Nagathene, and those of you who played EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2, he'll look pretty familiar because he's kind of iconic.
Two-headed dragons? I don't know. You can find one in Dunar.
Hadubis and Yurmazar, the
Yeah.
boss of Dunar, yeah.
Those are two-headed dragons. Not very tameable, though.
No.
So, would be kind of cool, though. Big old bone dragon, 2 heads.
Yeah.
Why not? That'd be awesome. But currently, there's not any that I've seen.
Yeah, and for those of you who are going to SOE Live and will be getting Nagafin, and you can see I'm doing this on a live server. So he's there, waiting for you.
Well, almost. He's not quite there yet. I don't have the item and stuff, everything available yet. But we're still working on that. But as soon as SOE Live is done, and I'll probably take a publish after that before I'll get them out to you. But I'll get them out as quickly as I can.
Lunar Frost, my new favorite.
Your new favorite.
Yeah, because look at it. Look at how cool he is. It's like a dark area, and he still glows this vibrant blue. Really neat model.
And where do you get Lunar Frost?
I'm not telling. It's a secret.
It's a secret. We're not telling you.
Somewhere in Wintertide-ish. Ish. Maybe a dungeon. I don't know. Could be. I don't know where he's from.
Shh. They'll figure it out. Don't worry. I am
Yeah.
sure they will figure out where to find Lunar Frost.
Definitely not in a... never mind.
Well, definitely not where you're at now. So, I'll guarantee that.
And I have... Let's see. So we have 2 requests for some, and I'm not ignoring these requests. I see them. The recursive nightmare request can't meet that one because he's just kind of a secret thing, and you'll have to see him on our website or something first when we're building up some new content. Another request was for Green Balj. I don't even know if we can spawn him. I have seen him, but I don't even know if he's tameable by us. So capturable is the terminology I was looking for. But what I will show you, and I'm not going to tell Rod because he's not going to let me, if I say it, I'm going to spawn Ebon Shadowfang. And this is a dragon that's pretty rare because you can't really get him, and this is what he looks like. He's like Cobalt Lightning, but all black. And look really quick because he's going to push the keyboard or something, and we're never going to see him again. So take screenshots.
Again.
Ebon Shadowfang. Aww. You had your chance.
Gone. We've got a lot of other dragons and ancients that will be coming out as time comes along. There are more coming out and becoming available. Much like anything, we can't give everything to you at once. We want to make sure that's over time and something new to strive for.
Yeah, and also, I mean, when the new areas come out, that's part of the excitement, is just finding the new ancient dragons, or, just looking for them, seeing where they path, going to DP Tome and clicking their map so you don't have to find out. You can just
Cheater.
Just use the sites that are out there and, try your luck with your new charisma gear or your new dragon stat capturing gear after we update.
What are we calling that?
I don't know.
I haven't come up with a good name for
Let
that
them
yet.
name it.
Let them name
They
it.
can pick a name for it. We'll put it in.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We do need a name for that, so if you guys get a chance, give us some suggestions on the forums. We need to know what to call the stat or the attribute that you find in equipment to help your dragon skill, your dragon taming capturability.
It would be, the stat that influences your ability to capture dragons. So called maybe,
Bob.
I don't know.
Everything needs to be called Bob.
It's Friday and I'm all out of names.
Okay, so we went through a few dragons for you this week. That's a great name.
I guarantee you it's called something like that right now.
Yeah, it's probably called that right now.
Yeah, it's a good guess.
Next week, no webcast. We're going to be at SOE Live, so there is going to be lots of Twitch streaming happening from SOE Live, talking about all of our different announcements for games, different things that are happening. There's lots of developments happening on Dragon's Prophet this week and next week, so our following week after that, we'll have another webcast for you. We look forward to seeing you guys all here at the Scales and Tails show.
Yep.
And that's all I got for you this week. What else? We got anything else mentioned? No.
Nope, it's pretty much all SOE Live for us right now.
Yeah.
And then hopefully after that we'll have something neat to show, 2 weeks from today?
Yes.
About the...
At the very least, I'm going to make sure that I can... don't quote me on this, because I'm probably going to have to eat my words on this. I'm going to make sure I can show you guys the dragon altar inside the Dragon Sanctuary and show you guys a little bit of that and how it works. I'm looking forward to seeing that in game and really using that, because that'll be kind of cool to pull your guild together and do a boss fight inside that sanctuary.
Did we talk about any of the other features that we're looking forward to soon?
No, I'll talk about it next week.
Okay, well, it sounds like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep, have a good weekend. Thanks, everyone.